Hi everyone, this is Chris Koo. Today I'm going to be showing you the art of Facebook fan page logos. So to start off, we've got Photoshop here, and this is my very basic logo. So I'm going to be showing you first what can go wrong with your Facebook page logos. And in a sense, this will teach you the lessons to avoid. So for example, let's say we want to save this image. Let's say we choose PNG actually with the transparency, and it's not any particular size. I mean, it's just whatever system has given me. So this is my current logo, and this is in a sense the complete product, and I'll show you how I get to there. So let's say I upload this picture, this new logo, not new, the original logo from my QuarkSpeed website, as you can see here. So you can see here it's a bit smaller. Facebook actually resizes the image to let's see here. You can find out to 200 by 36. So it resizes width-wise to 200. But actually, you can have an image from that's 200 across and 600 in height, 600 pixels in height. So this is one thing to watch out for, and you can see the artifacts in the image when Facebook resizes the image automatically for you. And another thing to note, actually this, let's say if I just refresh the page, you look at these thumbnails, they are obviously not very attractive. So that's two of the problems that can happen in your Facebook page logo. So basically, what we're going to do is fix it up. So this is the final product, okay? So I'm going to be addressing a few issues here: the width, the height, and also this thing with the thumbnail. So basically, let's say I want to take this image and make it. So what I usually have done, let's see here. Oh look, the canvas is a bit bigger than that. So let's say I reduce the size 200 pixels. Okay, it's that small now. And then let's say now I increase the canvas to 600 pixels. So this is the biggest you can have it. So just to give you an example of something that's big. Actually, I'll just go to my Facebook. And I think the Victoria's Secret page, as you can see, that's 200 across and 600 down. So if we can verify that here, go layout, turn across, 600 down. Yep. So if we go back to Photoshop, and let's start making this a bit more useful. Oh, what happened here? Okay, that looks a bit more like it. Okay, so say I'll just bring this right back up, and maybe this won't be exactly the same as what my final product is. This is, so let's say make this bigger. Probably too big, that one. Okay, Okay, so we'll make maybe 10. Being a bit too ambitious. So, and then these bits, it's subline, subhead. Okay. Okay, that's a bit. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for. So auto size that there. And one of the things I've done, if you look at my logo, is to put a background. And this is actually, one of the reasons for this is actually to counteract the compression, so the artifacts that appear. So you can see, especially on the edges, there's a little bit of artifacts appearing. So what I do is I put a background underneath. So this is an image which I found. And then, so that's how I paste it in. So you can see that's the current logo. I'll just save it as a different name, so just make sure I don't destroy the old one. And then for the thumbnail, what you require, the thumbnail is actually a 50 by 50 image. So what you want to do in this case, in my situation, I just did something really simple. Let's just take the Q and make that pretty big. Now, in this situation, you kind of want it to be pretty big, at least closer, as if taking up a square space. And so to ensure that that's the case, you get the crop. And then you set to a square aspect ratio. And do it like this. So you can get an idea of how much you need. Because, for example, if you crop too much of the bottom area, the thumbnail will actually mix in with this. The thumbnail has to be 50 by a square shape. So to give you an example of what I mean, let's say we choose this one. This was the one where there's not much room between corkscrew. Anyway, the aspect ratio when you try to crop it for the thumbnail. So that's how I make just a profile picture. And then, as you can see, that doesn't look too fantastic. So if I go edit thumbnail, and you can see when I drag it, you can see that text still appearing there. So what you want to do is to give it enough room. So in this situation, about there. So you can make a guess as to where that is. So once I remove that, I think it was about 3.1 there. You can fiddle with it, obviously. And then you can move this Q down to match accordingly. If you want to be really precise, you can set the square again and then have a go with the actual positioning. So you can see, okay, that Q will look about in the middle. And at the end of the day, I can save this. No, don't crop, sorry. I can save this, save for web and devices. Now, what we want to do here is to save as JPEG and just max out the quality at 100. So once we save our logo video.jpg, fantastic. Let's change, let's change the picture. Hello. Okay, maybe notice this change picture here. Okay, so let's upload this new JPEG image. And after this, no, that doesn't look right. Okay, oh, okay, it did it. So for whatever reason that, anyway, I can assure you that usually works fine. And as you can see, when you create the thumbnail, you can position the Q right in the middle, and it'll look nice when you look at your page. And there's your Q there. So I hope you've learnt a few things from this. Typically, oh, actually, I've got one more thing. You notice that there's not much of a border here. What I've done sometimes is so I just want to make sure. Okay, yep. I just want to make sure. In some cases, what I've done is to create a border around the actual image itself to match this little blue line. It's very subtle, but it gives it that little bit more touch of detail, professionalism. And that color is, you can look at my notes, DFEA. And just to prove to you that it's actually there, I'll just make it really big. And then, so once you save that as a JPEG and upload it, and I'm not going to do that because that'll just be a waste of time really. And there you go. And that's how you do Facebook fan page logos. It's been a mission, but mission accomplished, hey? Okay. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed listening to this.